Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 171. Welcome to 2023. Welcome to the month of January, and I am excited to start this new year off. I always look so forward to the new possibilities that are open in front of you. So I want to share with you something that I didn't do it this last year, but previously I've been doing this for years. So I just want to share it with you really quick. It is I get different ones. This is my favorite one, so I went back to it. This is a 365-day daily affirmation. So there's a paper that I read every single day, and I tear it off. Louise Hayes died a few years ago, but she has always been a very into affirmations and positive. So just to show you what I got, they even went green this year. So this sits on my desk, not my desk, but in this room. And every day, and I didn't tear it off because I wanted to share with you. Every day I rip one of these off. So here, just to show you this one for January 1. As I change my thoughts, my world around me changes. So what I do when I rip this off, and I just love these. And I'm not going to share these all the time, but I wanted to share what I do. So when I rip this off, because you just discard it, before I discard it, I actually rip a small section off and I write the date and something that I'm thankful for. I fold this up and I put it in a jar, basically a ball mason jar. And then at the end of the year, I pull them all out and I kind of recap, and it kind of lets me remember my year a little bit, because sometimes it's thankful for my kids being here, and it just reminds you of what your life for that year on the daily kind of went by with, because we sometimes remember the big things, but not always the small things. So I just wanted to share you that little thing with you. Every month starts out with a little saying for the month. So like that's the one for January. And the thing for Monday is, I no longer use the word should. I refuse to make myself or others wrong. And the one for today is, it is safe to look within. The inner creates the outer always. So, and there are always some beautiful pictures. So I just thought I would share that. I heard that from probably a motivational speaker about the daily thing. I don't want to misquote who told me the daily positive thing. I listen to lots of them. So anyway, I just wanted to share some of that goodness. So other than that, to start our floss tube, because you're here for cross stitching, I want to remind you there's links in the description box below in regards to Happy Mail and the Buy Me a Coffee and a Ko-fi link. But there's also a link with to Liquid IV if you are looking to get healthy. And I use that on the daily to put it into my flavoring in my drink. So anyway, I just wanted to share that I can do it thing. So, okay, one of the things that everybody looks forward to, or lots of people look forward to on this channel, is my featured friend. So I'm gonna pop Terry's picture in up here. Terry sent me this beautiful marine emblem. She stitched it for her husband. She got it off of Etsy. She stitched it on a 12 by 12 piece. She said she liked my idea of the patriotic wall, and she's looking for patterns. So thank you very much for sharing that, Terry. I believe our friend here, Kelly, also finished hers. So congratulations. It looks gorgeous. And yeah, I love having a patriotic wall, and I find things to add to it. It's in my living room above my couch, and I get comments on my beautiful One Nation flag all the time when new people come around. So or people that are just way impressed that all of that on that section of the wall is cross stitching. So, all right. So what are we going to dive into stitching? If you recall me talking last week I knew ahead of time is what we refer to at work as, excuse me, but it's referred to as Hell Week. So that is the week that our production workers are on break for the time between Christmas and New Year's, and I have the option to take that time off, but that is when we get big projects done. So it's like frowned upon if you take it off. They won't penalize you. There's nothing like that. I earn it just as much as they do, but there is an incentive by working, and one of the big incentives is additional vacation days for next year. So because it was Hell Week, I do not have a lot of stitching to show you, hardly at all, but I'm going to talk to you about plans and tell you some of my pulls and my thoughts on 2023. So But I would never not be able to show you my Mirabilia. So my winter queen, she is, I'm telling you, I don't want to jinx myself, but we are jamming on this one, jamming. So this is my queen. I stitch on her 30 minutes a day, every day is usually the plan. I'm not gonna lie, I missed 2 days last week because it is what it is. So I'm gonna bring her in closer and show you if I can remember everything that I did this last week. So I filled in this section here and I started working down here. Now I am super close with that long one to touching the bottom. So this piece has to go like this, and then we're at bottom. Of course, I have the whisper thread to still do. I have the grinding and beading to still do. So there's still a lot to be done on her, but I feel very positive and like I am rocking that stitching. So that's always a good feeling. So my next piece that I worked on is our friend here on YouTube, Crystal Rowe, is part of the round robin that we are finishing up this year. So I currently have the Dreaming of round robin, and I have Crystal's piece. So she chose Dreaming of Daisies, and this is what hers looks like, and I will show you what I have been working on. So this is her current progress on hers. This is, I think there's me and one other person that stitches it before it goes back to her. I am working on this tall little one right here. So basically I worked on some of the vines and I'm getting there. So hopefully next week I can show it to you as I got this one finished and I can get that passed on. For some reason I have 2 of them right now, so it is what it is. Crystal's was the first one I got, so I will get that done and then I will send it along. So, all right, that's it. That's all the stitching I have to show you, but I have more that I stitched on this week. I have more stitching to show you, so let's jump into that. I want to share with you what my whip go pulls were for the month of January. This first piece is a piece that I stitched for my daughter. I always like to have like mermaid or redhead or who knows. It may morph into something else now that she's a mom, but it's currently Serena, right? Serena by Leela Studios. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Correct me on here if I'm wrong. It is stitched on a piece of 40 count mystery even weave by Stitch Me. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the variegation in it. Look how small it is. I love the variegation going in that leaf. So this one, my whip go plans for 2023, I'm going to try a year of counting my stitches. So 500 stitches on this is my goal. In the past, I have been I would do like 5 days on my whip goes, but this year I wanted to change it to 500 stitches. I have a bunch of those. I don't have one over here to show you. That's what I was looking for. I have a bunch of those little thumb counters that you'll see people do, so I'm giving it a whirl of doing the counting my stitches. So what I need is like all these other floss tubers have been doing this for a while. Like, do you put it on a spreadsheet? I write down in my little planner like that I worked on Queen and I got 96 stitches in. So I don't know. That's something I gotta work on sooner than later because I don't want the year to get away from me. My next whip go call is out of the book We Live in Hope. I am not doing the big piece. I am doing the small piece on the back. I love this piece. It just spoke to me so much. So it is stitched on a 32 count Belfast Summer Khaki, which was a gift from my Lizzie. And this is where I'm at on it. So this is where I'm at on it. Very cool. So border connected. Now I'm going around and filling in the colors, the little flowers around it. So yay. Did you see me stutter there? I was like, oh, where? I tried to mark the letter T for top. So that is my whip go pulls. I have another plan for 2023. You see a bunch of floss tubers and I wanted to jump on this thing. It is, they pick a whip of their own and where they are currently at, basically, they take a picture of the chart or the cover thing I chose to mark out the section that I've already stitched on, and then what's left of it, I divided it by 12. So it is a SAL of getting that there are several people that are doing this kind of technique, but we're not all stitching on the same thing. We just all have the same accomplishment. So we have broken it down into 12 months. I love this idea. I loved watching. Off the top of my head, Sammy Jo, Sarah, My Stitching Kingdom, I saw her do that. Vicky Gable, StitchNButton, Vicky Stitching and Reading, I saw her do it. Jessie Marie Does Stuff did it. So those are just off the top of my head, those are some people that I remember seeing do that. So I chose a Rosewood Manor and a Forest Grew. I really would love this accomplished and finished, but it's such a massive piece, it doesn't always lead itself for me to like pull it out so easily. So I'm going to show you where I'm at. This is where I'm at on it. I love those colors. I felt even more in love with this as I watched Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World stitch this. So I felt in love even more with it. She did it a couple years ago on a 100-hour challenge thing. So anyway, I'm gonna pop a picture here that shows it broken down, and hopefully you will cheer me along on getting that done and accomplishing that finish for 2023. That would be awesome. That is all the stitching I have. I have some more Christmas cards I'd like to share, and a bag gift that I gave to myself. So I am going to share those now. So a couple Christmas cards I got is this beautiful little snowman from Sue. Thank you very much, Sue. She wrote me a nice little note in here also. Another one is our little friend on here, Hildy. Hildy sent me a nice little card and another snowman trying to keep warm. We've had I'm sure like most of the country, a little warm spurt here. So yeah. Our beloved Daylene from So Grateful sent me these cute little chickens. Oh my gosh. What does that say? Jingle Bell Flock. I love this card. There's some glitter on it. Look at that bling. Thank you very much. And last but not least is another Sue, and this is a beautiful card. That scene of that farm scene, that is beautiful. I love that. It's so warming. And yeah, so thank you very much for those Christmas cards, ladies. And the next thing I want to show you are a set of 3 bags that I spoiled myself from on Shiba Designs. She is on, she has an Etsy store. I think she has her own website too. Yeah, shibadesigns.ca. So she is from Canada, but I just want to share this goodness with you that I got. I'm going to show you the back and then flip to the front. Cute little Christmassy time one. Yes, please. This one, I just couldn't stop. The colors are bright and fun, and it just makes me think of summer and spring. Life begins. Life is a beautiful ride. Excuse me. Life is a beautiful ride. And the inside are these like little handwritten notes to make it look old. And last but not least, I'm into the postcard thing. So this is just a bunch of like ephemera is what they call it for people that do those cool journals and stuff. And these beautiful roses on the inside. So thank you very much. Melissa is her name. I don't know the story of how Shiba Designs came about, but I do love her bag. So that was my little treat to myself. So that's what I have for this week. Plans are just to work on my whip goes and to get back in the groove of things, since it feels like I had a week off. But I was just so tired. I did not have a week off. So that is, I hope to be able to jump back into my Milha Monday, Wicked Wednesday, Festive Friday. I still plan on doing those. And that's it as far as stitching stuff goes. On a personal level, I did have someone ask how the boys are doing because I don't mention them on here so much anymore. Since everyone has moved out, and I know I've mentioned this before, but we are a blended family. So yes, you hear me mention quite often about my Lizzie and now Colton and Ozzy, because Lizzie is my child by birth. And so her and I are very close. We tackled this world together for many years before my husband came into our lives, and went through the courtship, and then my husband married me, and 6 months later he adopted my daughter. So yeah, I'm pretty tight with my daughter. And I don't ever see that unless something tragic happened. I don't see that ever changing. Her and I are just very close. My sons came in, and unfortunately when blended families happen, lots of bad things were said in regards to me as a person, and the person didn't know me, but it is what it is. We tackled through those. We eventually took custody of the boys because this is where they wanted to live, and that was through the teenage years, so that was very struggling and hard. We made it. They graduated high school and have moved on to become working parts of society, but we are at the point where my youngest son, who is the most recent to move out, I see him at least twice a month because he comes here to do laundry, so I do still know what's going on in his life, keep in contact. My oldest son, which would be the middle one in our children, we really only hear from him on the holidays, and it's sad. Hopefully something there changes, and what I mean is when he moved out here, he moved in with his mom, and that just escalated to no contact stuff again. So he has now moved out into his own apartment with the girlfriend, so who knows, maybe. All you can do is wait and see and keep putting the offers out and extending your heart and your hand. So I hope that didn't get too heavy and deep. I just wanted to address that personal stuff in this end of the video because I have had questions on where my boys are, how they're doing. So, and it probably came about because I did get to see them for Christmas, and I was so happy for that. So let's leave this on a happy note. So I have got to see Ozzy this last weekend and watch her. I basically decided I wasn't going to do anything on New Year's Eve, excuse me. So I said to the kids, hey, if you want to go out, I'm totally going to be home. So they took me up on that offer, and they didn't even stay out till midnight. They got back home and we all rang it in together. And actually, to tell you something super cute, and then I'll get off of here, I was holding Ozzy right at midnight. Lizzie was sitting next to me, and Colton got up to sit next to her so they could kiss at midnight. And midnight rang. I'm like, Jeff, get over here and give me a kiss, because I was holding the baby. He comes over like he's gonna give me a kiss, and he bends down and kisses Ozzy on the head, so that could be his first kiss before he kissed me. That little stinker. So yeah, that was our cute little fun bringing in the new year. And so I hope you all had a wonderful, safe time. I'm going to get off here so you can get to the next floss tuber. I thought this would be super short and quick, but it appears to be my normal length of video because I rattled. But I'm going to get out of here. So keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.